Y'all, before y'all curse me out, if you haven't already, let me tell y'all what's been going on. I don't know if I'm all up on the camera. I don't know. All right? And I hope that you can see me. From Vegas, I've been having issues uploading videos and stuff. From when I did the mukbang video, still haven't been able to upload it. Let's see if it works. I gotta wipe that down. I think it just tried to spray. This video ain't about to be shit, but hold on. Cause oh yeah, my bad. Excuse me. Oh, that smells good. All right. So from Vegas, I've been having issues uploading, and it would not allow me. It said, "Oh, that video is blocked." It was another video I tried to upload. They blocked it. I tried to upload a video, my Thanksgiving video, and what happened? Oh, with this video, basically, I put it all together, but every time I try to upload it, my phone was saying storage full, storage full. So I kept deleting stuff. Fast forward, I get a new phone. Did I have my new phone when I was out there? Okay. Anyway, sorry y'all, I'm supposed to be in a fucking meeting for work and shit. I know I'm distracted, but it's a lot going on, and I'm gonna fill y'all in. So anyway, I got a new phone. Yeah, I got a new phone, and you know when you have an old phone, you sync all the data. Basically, you transfer all the data. So I transferred all the data from my old phone to my new phone. So when I was recording, when I was in Atlanta, when I came back, I put together a video for me to upload. I go to upload it, my phone is saying not enough storage, and I'm like, I just got this fucking phone, but it didn't occur to me that I just got the phone, but I transferred all the information from my old phone, so it took up most of the storage. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of good with like software and computers and stuff, so I always find a loophole or a way to do something. So I'm like, okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna check my Google Photos, make sure everything is in that, and then I'm just gonna delete everything off of my phone, right? And then restore, that's what it is called, restore the photos from Google, the videos from Google Photos, put them back onto my device itself, put the video back together, and then upload it. I go to re-download or restore the videos. They won't restore. 4 of them restored, and it's a good 8 videos. So I do not like, and then what I try to do is I try to go directly from Google Photos. Like basically I went on my laptop and I restored the videos from Google Photos onto my laptop, and then on my laptop I had a video editor, and I put the video together again. I go to upload it, it says error reading video or some shit like that. So I'm frustrated. I decided to do this impromptu video just to give you guys an update. My views been going down. My subscribers haven't been climbing the way they usually would. And I understand that's because of lack of production. I don't know how to say it. So okay, so that's that. What else do I have to tell y'all? I did a deep cleaning of my house. Except my room. I always fucking, by the time I get to my room, I'm done. Cook me. Fried. Died, laid to the side. So anyway, alright, because they dragging it now. It's over with. How do I get out of this? Okay, because they had an end of year meeting. And they still writing. How do you get out? I don't know all this extra stuff they be using. So I deep cleaned my apartment when I got back because I like to do that before the year comes in. And I threw out mad stuff. Of course, I need to do my room because I really would like to have that area cleansed and just, you know, whatever before the year comes in. My birthday is coming and I'm going to do a video for that because I'm going away. I won't say where I'm going. When me and my son came back from Atlanta, we were under the impression that we quarantined for, well, the way his school explained it. Maybe I misread or maybe they just didn't communicate it properly because they made it seem as though if we went away, especially to an area that's specifically known for high COVID cases, that when we get back, we would quarantine for 3 days, take the test, and upon a negative result, wait another 3 days, take the test, and then he could go back to school, right? So I contacted school and said, hey, we're back and blah, blah, blah. And they was like, oh, did you get tested 3 days before you left Atlanta? And I was like, no. Why would I have done that? So they're like, oh, that's the protocol. That's the travel advisory in New York. 3 days before I left Atlanta was on Thanksgiving. So how was I going to get tested out there? Like, you think that somebody was going to be in another state? Atlanta's not like New York where you just go anywhere and get tested. So I was like, how does that even fucking work? So basically they made us quarantine for 14 days after we came back from Atlanta. While we quarantining, the cases in New York go up, so they extend. They say that they closing down the school. So now my son has just been in remote learning. My son himself, I'm trying to watch my words. My energy, a lot of my energy is being depleted because of his grades. He literally can get A's and he'll do half-ass work. He won't turn in the work, or he'll turn it in extra late. So by the time he turns it in, the points done went down. I don't understand, because when he's with me, because if you don't know, me and his father make sure that we split his time or whatever. When we were younger, we were very strict about the schedule, but now it would just be like he's at my house for 3 weeks, then he go to his father's house for 2 weeks, and then he come back. He's about to be 16, so like whatever. So he basically, when he's here, he'll be like, oh, I got this homework to do. I'll ask him and he'll be like, oh, I got this homework to do. He'll send me screenshots of the homework he did. So in my mind, I'm just thinking, okay, he's up to date. I know at minimum he's probably getting B's, you know, whatever. I get the deficiency reports. This has been time and time after again with this remote learning thing specifically. He'll fail or he'll get the bare minimum. I got to email the teacher. I got to basically just explain, and I am not going to say that I'm stressed out. I'm trying not to have that language. I'm trying not to speak in a lack manner. I am trying to speak with abundance. But my child. And the reason I'm so stressed is because this school costs a pretty penny. It's not cheap. So for him to have gotten accepted into this top school and then perform the way he's performing, and I've told him time after time, you can do it. You have the knowledge. You want to be a psychologist when you get older. You want to be an athlete when you get older. These are the preliminaries. All the encouragement in the world. And somebody said to me that I'm just going to have to let him learn the hard way. And they didn't necessarily say like, oh, you just got to stop saying whatever. But no matter how many times you say it, if he don't get it, you can't kill yourself over it because he has to learn. So I'm dealing with that. With the exception of that, I'm doing pretty well. My job, I went through hell and high water for this job. But I came to the conclusion I don't want to work. Like any job I get, I notice that I go through hell and high water to get it. They'd be great jobs, and then they just don't do it for me. Excuse me, y'all. It doesn't tickle my fancy. Because what ended up happening is they reassigned us. We are not doing what we originally are supposed to be doing. So they reassigned us. So what they reassigned us to do, I don't like it. I do not like it. And people be like, oh, you're so lucky because you work from home and the type of job. And I'm grateful. Don't get me wrong. I feel on the fence about my job. I feel like I'm grateful that I have it because I work from home and whatever. But then it's just like, this is not it. Man, I think it's just because they reassigned us. If I was doing what we were originally doing, I wouldn't be complaining. I wouldn't have a problem, but we're not doing that. They have us doing 10 times the work for basically the same pay that they were giving us for the original assignment. So I'm not gonna lie, that's stressing me out as well. And I've been having mostly a lot of software issues, IT issues, and I got reprimanded the other day because they're saying that when I didn't have IT issues that I wasn't requesting more work, which I'm an accountable person. They're absolutely right. I was not requesting work, but most of the time my computer is fucked up. I've put in so many tickets. I've called IT. They still don't fix it. So by the time I get work to do, I just don't be feeling that shit. So they talking about, they don't want to have to let people go. This is that and the third. They're going to be monitoring me for the next 2 weeks. And I think it's because recently, not even recently, I've been noticed this over the last few years, but more recently, the more I've been meditating, the more I've been learning who I am as a person. The fact that somebody even has to reprimand me or write me up, or the fact that I have to request time off or I have to check in with anybody, I think that just really just rubs me the wrong fucking way. Everybody's not intended for work. Everybody's not intended to work under somebody, and I think that's what it is. In retrospect, looking at all the jobs that I've had, I've always had a problem with authority. My supervisor calls me, I'll be on that phone like I'm the supervisor. Don't call me, all right? The fuck? And it's not like I'm sitting here doing nothing. I legitimately, I be sitting here making products. I haven't been working on my bags, but I've been sitting here making products, and I've been teaching myself stocks, and I've been teaching myself Forex. So that's literally what I do all day. You know what I'm saying? Teaching myself, I'm trying to gain financial stability and financial freedom. So for me to have to answer to somebody, and I don't want to cut my nose to spite my face, because clearly I need a job, or I need this job at the moment. But I be feeling like these jobs be holding me back. Like I feel like I won't excel until I really have no other option to excel. So when you have a job and you put your eggs in that basket, it gives you this safety net. So you don't ever really truly just take a leap of faith, because it's just like, oh, I work, so I got to do this, I got to do that. And I don't know, maybe my words are going to the universe, and it just, things happen the way they're supposed to happen. And it'll be stressful. It'll be extremely stressful for me. But I'm going to tell you right now, there's been times where I wasn't working and I was happy. Like, my spirit was better, my sleep was better. So, but like I said, it could just be that I'm having a temper tantrum because I don't like the assignment that they've given me. So it is what it is. But like I said, there are people that lost their jobs, and I don't want to be insensitive to that. Yeah. So I'm trying, guys. I'm trying to see the bigger picture, and I'm working on it. Do I have anything else to say? Oh, I was talking to this guy, right? As soon as I start talking about guy, I go into burp. I was talking to this guy, right? So anyway, I was talking to this guy, and I had met him. We met at the cafe. I met up with him at the cafe. I didn't meet him at the cafe, but I met up with him at the cafe. And it just so happened that the time that I met him, it was like shortly after his birthday or whatever. So when he got to the cafe, he was like, oh, you should buy me a glass of wine for my birthday. So I was like, all right, whatever. So I bought him a glass of wine, and he met my friends from the cafe, and it was cool. But when I originally met him, he had a hat on, and he didn't look bad, whatever. And he had a nice body. So when I saw him again, he took his hat off. I was like, mega mind. Bitch, his fucking head was big than a motherfucker. Like, and I'm not saying that because, like, I have a big head, but he was bald with a big head. His head was like that's what his head was doing. Like, I was like, bitch, Annie, you're gonna be single for the rest of your fucking life. And I don't even mind, because I like myself. I enjoy my own company. I'm amusing to myself, so whatever. I don't feel loneliness how other people would feel it. So anyway, so I'm sitting there talking to him, and I'm just looking at this nigga head like, damn, bro, your shit hefty. So anyways, he talking, and I'm like, his fucking breath stunk, bitch. And I was just thinking maybe because he said he was drinking. So I'm like, okay, maybe it's because he was drinking or whatever. Sidebar, if you're a coffee drinker and you make coffee at home, Supremo is better than Cafe Bustelo. I'm just letting you know, okay? Because Supremo is superb. So anyway, his fucking breath was stinking, and I'm like, there's no way your fucking breath smells like that. Like, bro. I didn't say that because I'm changing, y'all. But I was in my head like, ooh, no, that's a stank kiss. Look at y'all daughter. I don't know if y'all can see her black ass. But, so anyway, so I'm like, okay, that's 2 fucking strikes. Your head is wild big, like, and then your breath stink, like, So then I'm like, no, I don't like it. Body, fly. Car, fly. Like, all of that. Fly. Breath, hitting. Shitting. Okay? So anyway, then, so I was talking to, but he was actually cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, he had a deep accent. He was Haitian, so he had a really deep accent. And he was cool. So I'm like, I know this is really not going to go nowhere or whatever. But, we would text, and he had said a few things that rubbed me the wrong way. The first thing he said, like, what he, you know, niggas love asking for pictures. So I had sent them a picture of like my full face, and when he said, he was like, "Oh, I love your lips. This, that, and the third." So I'm like, okay, here we go. So that was one of the first times. So he had sent a few pictures. Girl, relax. He had sent a few pictures. So then he asked me for another picture. And he was like, oh, mind you, these are regular pictures. I'm not sending him nothing crazy. He asked me for another picture. He was like, oh, you can get it or some shit like that. So I didn't even acknowledge that he said that. I just kept the conversation going. So maybe like a week goes by, whatever. And he's like, oh, what you doing? And I'm like, I'm at the gym. And I think he asked me for a picture. And I sent him a picture. And then he was like, oh, you have a body of a stripper or some shit like that. So now, this girl falling asleep, and I'm going to have to hold her ass up, and she got her nails in my motherfucking shirt. So that's when I drew the line. So I said something to him or whatever, and he was kind of like, he wasn't getting it, but I said what I said. Like, I'm standing 10 toes down. So fast forward, those were the things that was like, okay, you clearly have a motive. And all people do, you know what I'm saying? Like, even whether your motive is good or bad, all people have a motive. So it was clear what his motive was. And it's not that wanting sex is bad. It's just people don't really have no finesse about them. You know what I'm saying? Like, they can be so forward in a manner where it can be like, we haven't even established how I feel about you. But you, for some reason, you think that you're entitled to some pussy. Or talking about pussy. Or insinuating that you would get some pussy or you want some pussy. So that's what my issue be. Y'all don't even be, like, some men don't even check to see, like, okay, is she even thinking about that? You know what I'm saying? So anyway, like, cause our conversations would be mad regular. I would never ever step outside of the line of even insinuating anything sexual. So that's what I mean by that. Like, if a woman says certain things or is insinuating her like certain things, or she's speaking a certain way, or she's sending you a certain type of picture, then I can understand. But if she's not, it's not your fucking place to try to speed up the process, because you're talking yourself right out of some fucking panties, nigga. So anyway, but he did that. I was like, okay, this is gonna be a dub. So then he's like, cause like I said, my birthday's coming and he's in good shape. So he's like, I was like, oh, I was telling him the type of body that I'm striving for, basically more toned or whatever, tighten up my body, and tell him that I have real issues with my stomach or whatever. So he's like, oh, I can help you. So in my head, I'm like, okay, maybe that's the silver line. He's cool, and maybe this can just be like a fitness thing or whatever, because we both like really into fitness. So we go to the gym. I'm gonna have to put this cat down to show y'all. But we go to the gym. I'm sorry, mama. That's it. Don't cry. We go to the gym, right? And I'm using a machine that's for your back or this area, right? So when you sit on that machine, you can sit on it facing it, and you could have the bar and you could pull it down like this. Or you could turn around and be on it backwards and pull it behind your back like that. So I would take a turn, he would take a turn. So then he was like, oh, you got to turn around and do it the other way, like to focus on whatever. So I'm like, okay. Bitch, so I turn around. So now he's standing in front of me. So he's standing in front of me, but I'm doing the exercise. He puts his crotch right here, bitch. I'm talking right here. So it's literally like when you're watching a skit and you're thinking something, but you're behaving a certain other way. Because I'm in my head like, I should headbutt the shit out of this nigga nuts right now. Nigga. But I didn't do it. So I'm like, should I say something? Should I tell him to back up? But I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to say anything because I already decided that was, you know, it was going to be a dub from you or whatever. Because it only solidified whatever I was thinking about him. So I'm like, okay, he doing that. And I'm in my head like, no, bro. No. So fast forward. I go to Atlanta. While I'm in Atlanta, on my way to Atlanta, I don't text him. I don't do none of that. I was kind of like, I had already made up my mind that I wasn't really interested. While I was there, I think we text one time, and then he ended up video calling me. So we on a video call, and I was on a video call with him for like 5 minutes or whatever. And I came back from Atlanta, and we texted. No, he texted me. It was regular, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, how it feels to be back, blah, blah, blah. So I texted him regular, schmegular, degular shit, y'all. Out of nowhere, this nigga sends me a picture of his dick. He sends me a picture of his dick, right? And although it was big, I was not interested. I was with Risa and her friend Eddie when he sent me a picture. So when he sent me the picture, I showed them. And they in the house going crazy. Oh my God, blah, blah, blah. And I'm sitting there waiting for them to fucking be done being hoes and shit. So I'm not impressed. There's nothing spectacular about the way dick looks. I don't know if I was in the shot right there. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not impressed. There's nothing spectacular about the way dick looks. So I couldn't understand the concept of you sending me something that, number one, I didn't ask for. And number two, we weren't even in the realm of talking about. So when he sends me the pic, I'm sitting there asking him, because you know how you gotta confirm with your friends and shit. I'm like, oh, what should I say? They like, oh, what should you say? Bitch, I would have did this to that nigga. And I'm like, bitch, no. So they talking, and then the guy Eddie was like, don't say nothing. And I didn't, and I just blocked him. Eddie was gay, y'all. Eddie's gay. I just blocked the nigga. So that's the only person that I was talking to. I haven't been talking to anybody else. I'm not really interested in talking to anybody else like that anyway. I've been getting a lot of offers, you know, niggas DMing me and all that extra shit, but I'm just not interested. Okay? Fat Daddy came over yesterday, and Fat Daddy told me, because he asked me what I do at the gym, so I'm telling this nigga what I do at the gym, right? Listen to this. This is how you know I knew this nigga for a long fucking time, because listen to the way he speaks to me. I tell him I'm going to the gym. He asked me what ab exercise I'm doing, so I tell him the ab exercise I'm doing. So he's sitting there listening all intently. He was like, babe, I got news for you. I said, yeah. He's like, it's bad news. I was like, what? He was like, none of that shit you doing matters. So I start fucking laughing, like dying laughing. I'm like, I know, because I already knew what he was going to say. So he ended up saying it. He's like, you got to lose weight. I'm like, this nigga. I know I got to do cardio, and I know I got to bring my BMI down for me to see the results that I want to see, but it doesn't stop there. So I go take a shower, and I got like lingerie on, right? If you don't know who Fat Daddy is, I think y'all need to scroll through the videos. It's old videos. Somebody used to date years ago, and we're not together, of course. But we've always kept contact, always been like best friends. Like, that's my nigga. So I had lingerie on, so he's like, so I'm like, oh, take a picture of me. He takes the picture and he shows me. And guess what he points to? That's the cat galloping around, y'all. I know your black ass not in my room. He points to my back fat, bitch. I was like, I said, Alan, you really on some fucking shit today, all right? Pointing to my back fat. You got a whole piece of ass in the picture, but you worried about the back fat? So he just started laughing. I'm like, okay, copy. So now I'm sitting there and we talking about something else. And he was like, I never seen this on you. And talking about my double chin. Talking about my double chin, y'all. I couldn't believe he was so bold yesterday. But I think we all need male friends like that. Like heterosexual male friends that just give it to you straight. Now, although this is a friend, there is a connection there, there's love there, there's chemistry there, or whatever, because we were together before. So maybe that's all the more reason why he's so blunt with me. But bitch, I couldn't believe that nigga was telling me about my fucking self. The audacity. So anyways, I don't have any other updates, y'all. Mentally, with the exception of my son, in my job, I'm actually in a good mental space. You know what I'm saying? I've been getting up happy. I have energy. I've been getting up happy. I've been going to the gym, even though I do need to do cardio. I've just been seeing or forcing myself to see things in a different light, not always in this depressive state. And I've been talking about this in my last couple of videos or whatever, but that's probably another reason why I don't upload as much, because I guess to me, like, my old videos were stemmed in, if it wasn't, you know, of course the liposuction videos, it was stemmed in me talking shit or whatever, or telling y'all about traumatic situations and making jokes out of them. And I'm just that's not where I'm at right now, so it's kind of hard to do things, you know what I'm saying? Especially when you go to do something and you try to upload it and then you get all these issues. To me, that's a sign that if I need a break from YouTube or I can't upload something, that's okay. So anyway, I hope that y'all enjoyed this. I don't know what this was. Bye.